my usual advice is, yes, it should be true. If you're telling something that isn't true, then you probably need to make it clear that it's an example or an allegory or a metaphor, rather than something that happened to you. I've heard quite a few examples of people telling stories that they claim to be about themselves, and then later it was discovered that it was actually they'd nicked a story from someone else. And that just makes you look inauthentic. You know, there is nothing wrong with saying, oh, I heard this story or I read this, and using that as your story. But I think you have to make it really clear that this didn't happen to you. And a colleague of mine was actually telling me this happened to them. So they were at a conference and someone sat next to them and told them this amazing story. And they thought, oh, you know, how fantastic, what a wonderful story. And then that afternoon, someone else told them the same story and pretended that it happened to them. And of course, immediately the authenticity of both people telling the story is just shot to pieces. So I think there's nothing wrong with using stories and information that didn't happen to you personally, but you have to be really clear that it wasn't you, it happened to somebody else. And then go ahead and tell it. People still like it, but it's about being really clear about, you know, where you are in the process. Was this something you heard from someone else, or did this happen to you?